Hello and welcome to this new video. Today I will address a real problem that is seen in the Webflow world. So I will show you all the alternatives of Webflow that I know that works, that I tested. I will give details on each of those solutions. But the first thing that I want to address is the global problem that we face in tech in general and here in the website builder. So if you are a business that needs an alternative to Webflow and want to build a website, I will show you all the alternatives and you can go further into the video. If you are a web designer or a developer, I suggest you to listen this first part of the video because it will prevent you to be fooled from future problems. So I like 2 weeks ago I made a post on LinkedIn to explain why Webflow is doomed. Well, of course, this is a little bit of clickbait, but I really think. And here I did this image, but I have real arguments. So first, the problem with Webflow today is that there is a pricing exodus. So Webflow abandons small and medium businesses for enterprise clients ready to drop 20 to 50K annually. Their bandwidth costs 20 times more than the real cost of bandwidth. There is technical workaround hell, like for example, so I spent more than 6 years using Webflow, 40 hours a week. Okay, I'm specialized into Webflow and I started web design with WordPress and then with Webflow. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. I worked with dozens of clients, any size of clients, half of a million launch in 24 hours, type of websites, e-commerce, startups, everything. So I really know the tool. So the technical workaround here is, for example, you need an AWS S3 bucket to pull your videos there, sometimes images and stuff like that, and have a custom video player if you want good quality for your background videos or just have good looking custom player. So you have to exploit those workarounds and other technical stuff that Webflow should address. I shouldn't have to go outside of Webflow to do it, but now I have to do it. And so I have to do that for every client, even little clients, because I don't want my client to have image quality or video quality that are shit. So I have to do that. And many other points. So here I put the main ones, but we can continue the list again and again with more problems. So industry standards failures. So a naming convention, for example, for templates, you can see it with all caps, with caps stuff, not the dash and little letters and stuff like that. Also for the AI generated website and other stuff, no tokens, the combo class system, etc. It's all technology. It's buggy daily. I was really frustrated by but when you spend like 40 or more hours on Webflow each week, like the number of bugs that you have, it's just crazy. Every day you encounter problems. Maybe not if you have 64 gigabyte of RAM, but please don't bother me with that because most of people don't have that. And I am really aware of the holistic of a computer and everything. So yes, I empty my caches, I update my browser and stuff like that. Like I do everything, but whatever you do, Webflow is completely buggy, and that's it. CMS limitations. So recently you have more nested CMS, but it's still very limited. It was for years and years, and it's just completely stupid behavior. The size and the limits of CMS are stupid also. Pricing are Hi, feature theater. Yes, so Webflow Conf 2024, really excited. I almost cried. Really, like, I loved Webflow and I still believe in Webflow. This is why I criticize a lot Webflow, because I can see what Webflow could be. But after all this excitement, I utilize absolutely anything, maybe 10% of what was announced. Just maybe the little updates that we have here and there. Oh, you can now change the name of this or that. Okay, super. It doesn't change fundamentally my work, but all the big features, the exciting stuff, it's only for really, really big clients. So 1% of websites you build, and even big clients sometimes just don't bother themselves with those features. And this is features just to have more juice from the wallet of the clients. So Webflow is still a great tool. Now I start to disbelieve, to not believe it anymore 2 weeks after. Less and less, but I have still hope. But it will bring you bread on the table, maybe clients and stuff, and maybe jobs. So this is why I tell that, is that for now, uh, don't completely let Webflow unless you have opportunities with other stuff that I will show you. But if it's bringing bread to the table, don't leave Webflow from one day to another. So don't stop learning it, or at least keep doing good job with it. But please learn something else on the side and be open to other opportunities, like the main one that is the most powerful and promising is Web Studio, that you have to learn right now on the side of Webflow, because what if Webflow is going more and more problematic, and businesses are not eternal. Like, it's exceptional that Webflow is here for more than 10 years. So maybe if in 1 year it can shut down totally, and it's possible. Or the services will just be maintained a while, but it will not be worth to spend money on it. So it has a lot of traction here on LinkedIn. So a little bit. So one day ago, I've seen this Reddit thread, and on X and LinkedIn, I've seen during those 2 weeks a lot of people complaining about Webflow. It's like, I don't know, I send a message to the universe and people receive it and just send messages. Someone really angry with it. I was probably of Webflow, my customer lifetime value in the 20K plus usually onto the tool, but he's really done with Webflow. So endless price hikes, what I told. I calculated everything, guys. So in the comments here, I put a detailed calculation and stuff like that, comparison tools. I'm not just using the tools. I read a lot of documentation. I read also like lawyer stuff and compliance stuff and stuff like that. So I'm really aware about the possibilities of the tools and where they go. I have a business view onto the tools and not just a technical guide. I have the technical skills, so I really know what I'm talking about, but I also detach myself from the tools I use, and I read compliance stuff, laws, documentation, and I also understand the businesses behind this. And this is what in this first part I want to tell you. So the guy is really angry. So lots of bells and whistles, error prone. So the bugs and stuff, slow. So Webflow answered with this. So this thread is truly painful to read, but I get it. Our CEO Linda just shared a note with a bit more clarity on the recent service disruption and what we are doing to fix it here. So I opened the message here. Please continue sharing your thoughts there. It helps us prioritize the right things. Our team is reading every single comment and hope you give us as a chance to earn back your trust. So just for you to know, it's a while now, like since I stopped to work with the previous agency I was working with, I stopped using Webflow. It was 1 year that I didn't use Webflow personally, just with the agency. And I also leave the Webflow professional expert stuff that they give. Like I deleted my account and everything. So I answered this. So this sentence is off topic here. So our CEO Linda just shared a note with a bit more clarity on the recent service disruption that maybe it was yesterday. Now I record the video on the 30. Yes, we are the 30th of June. So the 29 or 28, there were big shutdowns everywhere. So they don't address the problems of the topic here. They address another problem and just say, oh, okay, we hear you. So I just understand this damage control about shutdowns shows you didn't read the thread or don't want to understand the actual issues raised. The regular shutdowns are just another symptom we can add to the list, but they are not the core problems. The real issue can be fixed with engineering focus because they are business model problems. So this is the point I want to address here in this video, in this first part, is the predatory pricing can be fixed by posing roadmaps, bandwidth costs, 20x industry standards, enterprise only focused, 10 years plus of technical debt, CMS limitation, naming convention, etc. And we know Webflow has code debt and it's a bloated software in the background. So now they just have to build a new version of Webflow on the side to create a totally new branch, optimized, answering all the people's problems, and then to push it and remove the old version of Webflow. If you are a CEO that wants to stay in place and not being fired by the VCs, you can continue what you are doing with the actual Webflow version. But if you want to save the company for long term, you have absolutely to build a new Webflow on the side. It's absolutely the only thing you can do. Whatever the time it takes or the resources it takes, you have to do that. You have to put resources on this new Webflow optimized with new technology and stuff. And then it will be a rebirth of Webflow and you will have even more traction after that. So you have the VC pressure to extract maximum revenue. The amount of engineering focus changes investor expectation. So here she pushed a link, so she didn't answer this. So you see a lot of traction here. Almost everybody that pushed the thread was answering. And here, so Linda, the CEO. So it's not the founders anymore at the table. So there is no incentive here or patience to give you a good product. So she does damage control on just the shutdown, but this is a big problem actually. But this is just the surface level problem here that they can address, because the rest of the problems they can't address it. And what's funny, and not so funny for them, but funny to me and some maybe cynical people right now. So it was 30 minutes ago, so 1 hour ago. There is more problems coming on, which is a real problem. Someone complaining also and explaining that they shouldn't communicate only on Reddit, but by email and stuff. So even at communication, they are bad and don't understand what people now. Because I think how we communicate in 2025 between the company and the customers change a lot. and should be even more genuine than before and true. But the problem here, why this damage control is structurally impossible. Okay, please don't get befooled. And Webflow is an example, but you have tons of SaaS product here on and in tech that is the same. Okay, maybe with OpenAI, with any tool. Okay, so Linda can't fix the real problem even if she wanted to, because VCs invested more than 300 million. Okay, in the last round, expecting maybe a 10x, so 3+ billion in returns. And right now, I think Webflow in revenue is around 2 billion, maybe a little more. So now they have to squeeze people for more than 1 billion. Okay, this is what VCs are expecting, and maybe we don't know what is on the table behind it, but maybe VCs expect a 10 billion revenue for Webflow. So we don't know. The business model requires squeezing existing users. Any CEO who prioritizes user experience over investor returns gets replaced. So Linda here can do anything. She just can um, obey to the VCs. The service disruptions are just visible symptoms of deeper extraction priorities. This is textbook damage control, address the visible technical symptoms while completely ignoring the predatory business practices driving users away. So classic VC-backed playbook response, acknowledge pain. So truly painful to read, what she told here. Also, focus on technical symptoms only, promise engineering resources. So this is total BS. I can promise anything. I can promise you to have a dozen of unicorn tomorrow when you wake up. Okay, but it's not. Ignore all business model criticisms. Impossible. Ask for another change while changing nothing fundamental. And this, I understood. The business model will change radically. It was 1 year ago, I think, when I've seen they were doing a form, a poll to know. It was a closed poll, so you couldn't share the answers and what were asked in the poll, but it was a lot about the pricing model, and the pricing models that they were seeing were predatory. Basically, it was crazy. And I shared it, and they asked me to remove it, but I didn't actually. The technical debt reality, impossible position. So any Webflow CEO is structurally trapped. Fixed user complaints equal lower short-term revenue, equal angry VCs, equal fired. The incentive structure makes it impossible to build for users instead of investors. Your key insight is perfect. It can be any CEO. This is what the AI told me. I asked for how do we say, like, to summarize my thought, and because I told it can be any CEO. There's no personal incentive to make hard decisions for product quality over profit extraction. The only real solution for users is what you're already doing: migrate to alternatives that aren't under the same VC pressure. Web Studio, Squarespace, and others can actually optimize for user experience. So not all VC-backed companies will have those problems, but most of the company will have those problems, and this is killing tech, and this is killing people, because people are flooded with this marketing, this shiny object effect that Framer and Webflow are pushing. Framer, I'm sorry for the fanatics of Framer user. If you are good to use Webflow or Framer, do it. If you like WordPress, do it. If you are good with it, do it. If it brings bread to the table, okay, do it. But be conscious of what those companies are doing. Framer is the same shit as a Webflow. Okay, this is two big shiny objects. bombarding you with it's the same, for example, with the new Upwork freelance platform that is really shiny and stuff, but it's total BS. I forget the name. But they want your money. Okay, they have, it's not debt, but it's kind of debt. Okay, they have they are controlled by VCs that want money return, and they don't care about long-term value or whatever, or what the user think. uh, Once they close you into their environment, or that they transform you into fanatics, then they close everything, they extract the juice from you, the pricing are raising, etc., etc. And we can see it everywhere. So some companies negotiate with VCs, and they hold the direction of the company and the values. But most of company get destroyed by this, because it's all about profit. I love profit, everybody love profit. I want to be rich, I want to be a millionaire or billionaire, but I don't want to build shitty product. I don't want to be under control by VCs and stuff like that, and to be at a level it's predatory. Like, I couldn't sell you like 20x the price of the bandwidth, for example. Okay, I will do 2x, like 10% more, 50% more, 2x, 3x, maybe 5x, but 20x, like, it's abusive. And for every type of pricing and stuff like that, and features and quality, this is not something that I want. This is not the world I want. I want profit, but people that say profit is everything and swear only by profit, I think they are missing something here. Um, and this is not my way of thinking and doing business. So yeah, so this is the point about it. So be really careful about it, and please, this is my motto, is be tool agnostic. Be tool agnostic. If you love Notion, don't be stuck into Notion. Know the alternatives of Notion. Try the alternatives of Notion. Try the alternatives to Asana, to ClickUp. Try everything. Be Make a watch on what you are doing. Okay, um, take have a bird view of your domain of expertise. Okay, and know, because when you know a tool, you can't just talk about what is good on the tool. You have to know the limitations of the tool to find solutions to those limitations. What I did with Webflow, for example, with S3 buckets, sometimes with proxies and stuff, and tool here and tool that on Webflow, this manipulation of this code to make things work, because I know perfectly the limitations, the pricing, the compliance stuff, and this and that. I can do something really great. Okay, and I can also warn my client and tell my client, okay, this is for you, or this is not for you, or you do it my way, because it will be broken anyway if you don't do it my way, because I know the limitations of the tool. Okay, so be tool agnostic. So now I will share with you the alternatives. So here are the alternatives. Here, it's here. Okay, so the first alternative here, it's Web Studio. So if you continue to use a Webflow or maybe Framer, learn Web Studio on the side, because I think it's the next big tool here. So it's open source. It has not the problem Webflow has. It's with modern technology. You can connect any CMS you want to it. They have many advantages. Token system, so headless CMS, really great stuff. It's cheap. It's open source, so you can host the tool. You can use their cloud solution. That's amazing. That's the next one after Webflow, and this is the one I would learn. For the CMS part, it's a bit more technical, but it brings you a lot of freedom, scalability, even for big companies, unicorn companies. If you want something like Webflow, just use Web Studio. That's the second one is Teleport HQ that I love a lot. So same, but I think it's the same quality of Web Studio. It's a bit different. I really like their AI website builder. It's really, really good. I invite you to try. You can try for free. It's really impressive. I don't know how they did it. I think with pre-built component and stuff, but really high quality here. But nobody talk about them. And what I like is that for the CMS, so they have 4 different CMS that you can connect to it. So it's easier to connect those CMS than Web Studio. And also for Teleport HQ, it's Reloom compatible. So what you can do with Teleport HQ is Reloom. So for those that don't know and look at the video, Reloom, this is also the future of web design to me. If you use Webflow and you don't use Reloom, shame on you, really. So Reloom, it's this tool. I invite you to try. You can try it for free if you are a business, if you are a designer. It takes like 10 minutes to see the possibilities here. It's crazy. And they have React library and Figma library. So what you do with Teleport HQ is you build in Figma from Reloom, and then Teleport HQ has a Figma plugin to import into Teleport HQ. And the Figma plugin to me was working like crazy. So I can still use Reloom with Teleport HQ. And for Web Studio, you have component that is like a div block component, but it's to copy paste React code. So what you can do is you can go into the React library here. So for example, here, yes, because I'm on the free version. Tac, tac, tac. I think we can select the free ones here. No, maybe the React, it's just under paid. No, free components here. My bad. So you can view the code here. And so you can just copy paste. I think it's the HTML. So you can copy paste and you can have the element directly copy pasted into Web Studio. That's it. So you can build onto Figma and then you come back to Reloom and you copy paste into Web Studio. So Web Studio and Teleport HQ are compatible with Reloom. The other one is Ycode. I actually use Ycode. So Ycode, what I like is they use like Tailwind stuff. So they have custom part where you can add any element Tailwind classes. And it works like magic. And what I like is they have natively, even on the most little pricing tier here, you have the analytics. So I really like that to have analytics included in it. I really like also when you design the components they have. If you want to quickly build a landing page or something like that, I really like their components. The pricing is really reasonable. It could be better, but I like it. I use it personally for my personal website right now. I'm testing it with my own stuff. Div Hunt, really, really promising. Also, can be really big tool here. I really recommend Div Hunt also. So they have their own CMS and stuff, but they are really aware of last technologies, really good features, really, really great tool. You can try it also. You have Versoli, great tool also. All the tools are great, I will tell. I tried Versoli. I really like the theme stuff they built. Really nice tool. Also pricing really reasonable. Also, we have Norcraft. I didn't test Norcraft. The critiques that I had with Norcraft is that the website doesn't explain well what they do exactly. So I know what they do. I discussed with the CEO. It's a promising tool. It's a great tool. I invite you to try it also. They just need a better explanation and website here. But it's promising, and they deserve a share on the market. Also, we have Squarespace right now. So some people ignore when I talk about Squarespace. But Squarespace, they nailed it. They really, really understand well their customers and potential niche they are talking to. If you are an individual, if you are a small business, like a bakery or whatever, like sometimes even for little e-commerce shop, if you have maybe 10 products or stuff like that, they have all the tools you need, everything. It's a really long time they are here, and building on Squarespace, it's really enjoyable. Like if you are not a web designer, or if you are a beginner, it's really fun to build on Squarespace. Really, it's easy. There is plenty of documentation. There is a community. There are agencies specialized in Squarespace, and they have all the tools you need for your business. Everything works really smoothly. If you want your blog to put products, to do membership and stuff like that, Squarespace nailed it. You can do any type of website with Squarespace. Not for all companies, but I talk about the style. So they show like bold style and stuff like that. But playing a lot with Squarespace, you can do like classic layouts for website with Squarespace. There is no problem with it. And it's really fun to build with Squarespace, really. So it's really amazing tool. It's for some type of businesses, but as a web designer, I keep it in my toolbox because for, I don't know, for a speaker or for little local businesses and stuff like that, I will recommend Squarespace direct because there is everything. It's really easy and it's perfect for those businesses. You can do with these other ones, but Squarespace has to be on your tool belt. The other one that I want to talk about is Shopify. Guys, if you want to build an e-commerce, don't think twice. Just go with Shopify. It's strong. They have all the plugins. Each time you will have a client that want to build an e-commerce, you will do something custom with Webflow or whatever else tool or WooCommerce or whatever, there will be problems because they will see there are plugins they want on Shopify. You will forget to ask if they want, for example, affiliate program, even for a product you didn't even imagine they wanted. Like it, and Shopify handles everything, okay, and anything. It works. It's honestly, the pricing is really great for Shopify. So don't think twice. If your client want an e-commerce, you tell Shopify and that's it. So here it is. It was all the alternatives to Webflow. You can see there is plenty of alternatives to Webflow and Framer. Framer, for me, it's the same as Webflow, okay? And so you have all those alternatives. If you know alternatives that I didn't share here, share it into the comments. The market deserves choice. Our customers and clients and businesses deserve choice. Competition is good to be better. So please continue to build great websites, be tool agnostic, analyze everything on a tool. I give you here the best ones from my experience as more than 6 years as a web designer, tool agnostic. See you for the next video. Bye bye.